Welcome back, J-Bone here. This is kind of a follow-up to the LA Guns video I just did. Kind of in the realm of never say never. And this is what I've been wanting to do for about a month. When news first started coming out about this, about a month ago, rumblings started happening about Dokken getting back together. Sorry, my computer's being a jerk. I'm trying to get these pages to load, and they just keep loading and loading. So it's like, all right, stop loading already. Wild Mick Brown, the drummer of Dokken, was in an interview hinting at a reunion for all four original members of Dokken, and that they were going to get together for some kind of Japanese tour towards the end of the year. I don't have dates on it, but apparently they've got a handful of dates that they're supposed to get together for, and Mick didn't sound very positive about it. He doesn't see things changing as far as the bad blood in the band, and he thinks ultimately, okay, so he says here, admits that the reunion isn't ultimately a financial decision. It's the money we're doing it for, and I think that's the wrong reason. The reason should be we want to play together, and I don't think anyone wants to play together, but the money we're being offered to do it, we just can't say no. And that's going to bring up a number of opinions, like, oh, you guys sold out and whatever and this and that, and oh, we hate you now and whatever. Seriously, you get to a point in your musical career and okay, seriously, look at, and this is one I've been wanting to do as well, talk about, I did a Guns N' Roses video talking about, what are the possibilities of the Guns N' Roses. Well, now we have this massive stadium tour, and it's only some of the original members, but man, the clips I've seen of it so far, it looks like they're kicking ass, and fans are loving it. So this came out like a week ago, this interview that I'm looking at now with Don Dokken. And he confirmed it. And as far as this Japan reunion, he says here, he said, of course, everybody came out of the woodwork and they want us to do Sweden, Wacken, M3. People are throwing money at us to do a Dokken reunion in the States and Europe. And my answer to everybody is no, it's not going to happen. He says, I feel bad for my agents because they're getting bombarded from all these offers for us to play these big festivals all over the world as a reunion, but I'm just not interested. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Just to backtrack here a little, he was talking about that he would never do it, but he would only he would only be doing it for a certain price. So years and years ago, I made a comment offhandedly like, you want to do a reunion tour? I'll do it for this amount of money. Don said, it's like it's like a one and a lot of zeros, and that was my price, and everybody said, you're crazy. And I said, well, that's my price, and I'm not going to do it for anything less. And now, 15 years later, somebody came up with that price. So I approached George Lynch and Jeff Pilson, formerly of Dokken and said, "You guys want to make a shitload of money for about 1 week of work?" And I told them the price, and I told them how much I wanted and how much they'd make. And basically, they could make more money in 1 week than they'd probably make in several years. And so everybody said, okay. So I said, well, I'll do it on the condition that I don't want to do it in America or Europe or anywhere else. Just 6 shows in Japan, because we're very big in Japan, and it's a reunion tour. So they agreed. And we're going to do 6 shows in Japan. And we're going to be playing Loud Park headlining with the Scorpions. And it goes on to talk about some other stuff. Now, according to this poster here at the bottom of this article, it doesn't look like they're headlining. Scorpions are headlining, and there's all sorts of other guys on here. The Dead Daisies, Exodus, Killswitch Engage, Nightwish, Shinedown, 6 AM, just to name off some of the more mainstream bands that are doing this. There's a lot more that I have no clue who these guys are. Maybe European ones, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know. I had a very bad experience at a Dokken show. The one time I saw Dokken, and well, you know what? I can't honestly even blame that on the band. That was an interesting girlfriend experience I had at the time. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, and that was when they got together and did Dysfunction. So that was, oh my God, 20 years ago? Give or take a year. A little over 20. I'd like to see this. I know a lot of fans crap all over Dokken because, oh, Dokken can't sing any well. Well, okay, whatever. If he's kind of like Stephen Pearcy in the aspect of, when he wants to sing, he can sing his ass off, but at a typical live show, he won't do as much. I haven't heard the latest studio albums. I need to check those out because I am still a fan of Dokken, and I would like to see him again. But apparently, we're not going to get this reunion on the state soil. It sounds like they're recording this for a DVD that might come out, if it comes off well. I don't know. How do you, I want to hear what people have to think about this. Are you excited about this? Do you think we're going to see something else come out of this if it goes well? Or do you think we're just going to go back to the same old crapping drama of, good old Dokken? It's... I don't know. They say even bad news is good news. So, well, let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm for it. I'd like to see it happen. They were one of my favorites back in the day. So it's like, okay, well, they're going to give it another shot. Then, I'm not jumping up and down about it, but I think it's cool. It's, you go so long as a band, and you've got fans out there, and you can still play, and so you hate to leave bridges burned, So I think all in all, something positive is still going to come out of this, and it's probably going to be the last time we'll ever see them together again. Until then, we just listen to the Dokken greatest hits, So, but yeah, I want to hear your opinions on this. If you're a Dokken fan, and they actually do pull this off later this year in Japan, they pull off half a dozen shows or whatever, and maybe they'll make a DVD out of it if it goes well. What do you think? Are you excited about this, or you're like, I'll go pop in the old, Dream Warriors video, bring it up on YouTube and watch that a handful of times. What do you think? I mean, obviously these guys sure are different than they were 30 years ago. They're not completely coked out of their brains. So, hey, they'll play clean. George can still play. He can. I've heard some of the recent Lynch Mob stuff. That guy can still smoke on a guitar, man. He's smoking. So yeah, I'm happy about this. We'll have to see what comes out of it. And as we go into the fall, I'm sure we're going to hear more details. Maybe they'll sign a one-off deal with like Frontiers Records for a live DVD, CD thing, and then they'll go off into the sunset. Dokken will still be around, but Don will bring back his who the hell is John Levin, and I don't know who Chris Carvel, I think that's what their names are. That's the fill-in guys that are, guitarist and bassist. So, and he likes them. He likes them a lot. He says there's no drama with them. He just goes out and plays with them, and the crowds love him. So he's going to keep on doing that. So we'll have to see what this whole Japan fiasco turns into. So that's it for this one. But yeah, let me know below. Let me know what you think about this, and look forward to hear your comments and thoughts. So thanks for watching.